love Devil May Cry and looking to scratch that itch of not having one come anytime soon? Well, Soulstice might just be the game that's up your alley. Today we're going to be giving you guys the review of Soulstice, and this being a no BS review, I'm actually going to give you the score before you guys watch the full review. Soulstice gets an 87 out of 100. If you want to find out how exactly we got to that number, how's the gameplay, how's the combat, and all that good stuff, well, stay tuned to the video and find out. Now, Soulstice is a game that kind of caught us a little bit off guard. We weren't really expecting this high quality of a game when we first heard of Soulstice and we actually played the demo. But after playing the entire game, I gotta tell you guys, this is one of those sleeper games that you're not gonna want to sleep on. Now, what is the story about? Well, Soulstice kind of focuses on two main sisters, Briar and Lute. Now, what has happened in their world? Well, the balance of the Holy Kingdom, known as Keidas, has been compromised by a very powerful and feared creature known as the Wraiths. Now, these particular creatures, guys, invaded through a portal or a veil that got opened from the sky, and they all came down, pouring down. Now, these particular creatures, known as Wraiths, have corrupted different victims, even to the point of being able to possess the bodies of those particular victims and turning them into unstoppable monsters. Not only do you guys have to worry about the coming folks turning into really evil monsters by being possessed, but you also have to worry about the monsters that descended from the open veil. Now, you will be playing as a Chimera. Now, you're probably wondering, Laser, what is a Chimera? Well, a Chimera is a hybrid warrior that was born of the union of two souls. And luckily for us, guys, the Chimera are the only ones that could protect humankind from these evil monsters. Now, Briar and Lute are the two sisters that have been reborn, and they were reborn as Chimeras. Now, this transformation has granted Briar superhuman strength and resilience, while her sister Lute was sacrificed in order to bind her soul to her sister and has become a ghost with mystical powers. Now, Briar and Lute are sent on a mission to reclaim the city in ruins that has been ravaged by the Wraiths, only to discover that the order that they belong to has a far more complex plan in mind on what they're planning to do with the Holy Kingdom. Now let's talk about gameplay, guys. So gameplay wise, this game plays very solid, very fluid. I didn't feel any clunky movement. I didn't feel slow. Very fast, very smooth. That's the thing I really loved about this game. It's very fast paced, very fluid, very similar to Devil May Cry, when after you finish a certain amount of enemies, you will get a score that kind of tells you how well you did, right? So the cool thing about this particular score is the fact that in case you didn't do good, you're always able to go back and play that particular portion so you can guys get better score. Of course, better scores rewards you with two main particular items that will not only help you level up Briar, but will also help you level up Lute. Now, this is the thing that I loved about this game, is that you're playing the game as one particular protagonist, but you're theoretically playing as two individual people, because that is what I loved about this particular game. The game kind of gets split into two, gets split into Briar and to Lute. Now, both of you guys will have your own skill tree, and these are comprised just a little bit different, as Briar's skill tree is mostly comprised of her leveling up her weapons, while Lute is mostly comprised of leveling her magic skills. Now, the cool thing about the game is that you really don't get everything off the bat. Theoretically, there's games that you're playing, and you will primarily get everything off the bat. So you get, your weapon, your sword, you're able to buy swords. In this particular game, you're only able to obtain better stuff, better rewards, or unlock additional features of the skill tree by actually completing the games and completing the missions. The higher you go up, the more weapons you'll have access to, and of course, the more skill tree abilities you will be able to unlock with Lute as well. And this is what actually makes the gameplay very fun and very different. It adds a little bit twist to what we're accustomed to, because like I said, you're able to manage both characters simultaneously without having any pause or going to a scroll wheel. You're able to control these at the same time without having any problem. So Lute kind of takes care of herself while Briar masters melee combat. Lute is actually over there controlling the battlefield, and we're also able to control that, because if you get attacked, it gives you a cue to press the B button. At least I was playing on an Xbox controller, and this would actually cancel one of the enemy's attacks, but you're only able to do that if Lute is actually assisting you. Now, you're able to combine both of your strengths, and you're able to unlock more powerful transformations as you guys go ahead and progress through the game, unlocking the true potential of a Chimera. Now, one additional thing I loved about the game is the exploration factor. Now, when I first played the game, or when I first heard of the game and I saw a little bit of gameplay, I really didn't think that this game was going to have so much diversity in exploring the particular area. I thought it was going to be a little bit more linear, but guys, was I pleasantly surprised to know that this game actually gives you a lot of diversity with just that area alone, because it kind of incentivizes you to actually explore. The reason being is because you're able to discover not only hidden puzzles, but you're also able to discover different secret items that are going to give your character an advantage to progressing throughout the game, such as the following: allowing you guys to find gems that are going to give you more health bar, allowing you to find potions that are going to be kind of make you invulnerable. So a lot of incentive of exploring every nick and cranny of the game, and you probably going to need a second playthrough to get everything as well. But I did like the fact that they did give you a lot of exploratory, and I like the fact that there was a lot of secret areas and a lot of platforming puzzles that you have to do to get more additional currency to help you up level throughout the game. Now, in addition to that, guys, you're also able to find different portals. Now, these particular portals are really awesome because these are going to give you like a challenge to complete, like for example, kill all the enemies, or kill all the enemies within an area, kill the enemies with only these particular weapons. And the cool thing about this is that once you guys complete these particular challenges, you will be able to get a special reward that you wouldn't get if you didn't get these challenges, and once again, enhancing your playstyle and enhancing your characters. Now, one other thing that I really enjoyed about the game as well is how diverse the enemies are. Usually when you play, kind of more like indie type games, not AAA games, you kind of fall into the thing where you're kind of just fighting these same repetitive enemies, maybe a few different customizations here and there, and not too memorable enemies. This actually has some really good enemy combat and mechanics that makes the game very engaging, in the sense you go from being on a third-person level to being on a top-down environment where you're constantly having to battle different enemies. Now, addition to that, guys, when you get further into the game, you're going to be able to unlock this superhuman ability that converts not only loot, but also beer into these amazing... It feels like if you were kind of playing Dragon Ball Z and you were going Super Saiyan. It's just really, really dope and really awesome. It plays this animation as you guys are going through this transformation, and the animation is so dope that I kind of don't find myself wanting to skip it because it just looks so dope when you're actually doing it. Now, in addition to that, after you guys do this awesome animation, if you do a lot of combos, you will go into an even more crazier, guys, aspect. Really awesome and really crazy. I love the gameplay on this particular game. I like the variety that it brings, and I like the fact that it allows you to play as one particular character, but in synergy with your sister. So theoretically, you're kind of playing as two. One thing I really enjoyed as well is the sound quality on this particular game. There was a lot of sounds. You kind of feel that, beefy feel when you're actually fighting and engaging the enemies. You also feel that beefy feel when you're hitting them or when they're doing certain items. And one thing I really liked about this game is that it kind of wraps you around the story. You're kind of paying attention to the story and following along because the audio cues are so well defined, and I really enjoyed that about this particular game. Now, the game does have 5 different levels. So you have like your easy mode, and then you have your super hard mode, which you're only able to unlock if you play the hardest level first. That will unlock another playthrough for a different type of game mode, and then if you pass that one, that unlocks another one. So there is a lot of replayability in the game, which is something I really enjoyed. Now, this game, guys, is going to be available for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. If you guys want to see a complete walkthrough of this game, I'm going to link the walkthrough down below in the comment section, so you guys want to get a better idea of what the game feels like. In addition to that, guys, if you want to get a deal for this game, so this game's going to run you like $50. So if you're looking to get like a better price for this game, check out the links down below to Amazon. They might have this game on sale, so you might want to purchase a physical copy to save yourselves a couple of dollars. After enjoying the game and countless hours and a lot of replayability, I definitely would recommend this game. And Soulstice has earned an 87 out of 100 in our No BS review. Now that you know how the game is, your number one question is, Laser, how do I level up? What are the best skills to unlock? Well, you're going to definitely want to click on one of these 2 videos to find out exactly how you do that. Now, if you want to see a little bit more gameplay, if you're watching this early when the game gets released, you probably want to see the first 20 minutes of the game so you guys can get a better idea of not only the story, but also about the gameplay mechanics. I hope you guys are enjoying our content here on the channel. If you are doing a huge favor, guys, drop a comment, drop a like, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on all the notifications so you guys won't miss when our videos go live. In addition to that, guys, if you want to go the extra mile, become part of the Bolt Nation, and you're probably wondering, Laser, how do I do that? There's a join button down below. Click that and become part of the Bolt Nation and help us out. Or if you want to go the extra mile, slap us with a nice juicy thank you. We greatly appreciate it. It helps us not only bring better content to you guys, but more game coverage. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.